Hello everyone. From innovation to influence, today we are counting down the top 50 most valuable brands in the world for 2026, ranked by their brand value, defining how we live, connect and create. At number 50, SAP Enterprise Intelligence, $38 billion. dollars. At number 49, YouTube Creativity Unleashed, $38 billion. dollars. At number 48, Lowe's Building Better Homes, $39 billion. dollars. At number 47, TSMC Powering Chips Worldwide, $39 billion. dollars. At number 46, Wells Fargo Banking Legacy, $40 billion. dollars. At number 45, NTT Group Connecting Japan, $42 billion. dollars. At number 44, Accenture Transforming Businesses, $42 billion. dollars. At number 43, McDonald's Taste of the World, $43 billion. dollars. At number 42, Deloitte Insights That Matters, $43 billion. dollars. At number 41, BMW Performance Perfected, $44 billion. dollars. At number 40, Visa Global Payments Leader, $44 billion. dollars. At number 39, Chase Banking Confidence, $45 billion. dollars. At number 38, Hyundai Group Driving Innovation, $46 billion. dollars. At number 37, Coca-Cola Timeless Refreshment, $46 billion. dollars. At number 36, Mercedes-Benz Luxury in Motion, $47 billion. dollars. At number 35, Aramco Energy Giant, $47 billion. dollars. At number 34, Bank of America Powering Prosperity, $48 billion. dollars. At number 33, WeChat China's Digital Heartbeat, $48 billion. dollars. At number 32, Ping An Financial Innovation, $49 billion. dollars. At number 31, China Mobile Connecting Billions, $49 billion. dollars. At number 30, Uber Moving the World, $50 billion. dollars. At number 29, Disney Magic That Lasts, $51 billion. dollars. At number 28, Shell Fueling Progress, $52 billion. dollars. At number 27, Tencent Digital Powerhouse, $52 billion. dollars. At number 26, Costco Value and Trust, $53 billion. dollars. At number 25, AT&T Connecting Generations, $54 billion. dollars. At number 24, United Healthcare Caring for Millions, $55 billion. dollars. At number 23, American Express Trusted Worldwide, $57 billion. dollars. At number 22, Mouth AI China's Heritage Spirit, $60 billion. dollars. At number 21, Alliance Group Global Assurance, $61 billion. dollars. At number 20, Toyota Driving Reliability, $63 billion. dollars. At number 19, Agricultural Bank of China Empowering Growth, $63 billion. dollars. At number 18, Oracle Enterprise Intelligence, $68 billion. dollars. At number 17, Bank of China Global Finance, $71 billion. dollars. At number 16, Verizon Connecting America, $73 billion. dollars. At number 15, Home Depot Home Improvement Leader, $73 billion. dollars. At number 14, China Construction Bank Building Trust, $77 billion. dollars. At number 13, Instagram Visual Storytelling, $81 billion. dollars. At number 12, ICBC Financial Strength, $91 billion. dollars. At number 11, T Driving Innovation, $96 billion. dollars. At number 10, State Grid Corporation of China Electrifying China, $102 billion. dollars. At number 9, Facebook Connecting Billions, $107 billion. dollars. At number 8, Samsung Technology Excellence, $119 billion. dollars. At number 7, Walmart Retail Resilience, $141 billion. dollars. At number 6, TikTok Creativity in Motion, $154 billion. dollars. At number 5, Nvidia The AI Engine, $184 billion. dollars. At number 4, Amazon Redefining Commerce, $370 billion. dollars. At number 3, Google The Knowledge Giant, $433 billion. dollars. At number 2, Microsoft Powering the Digital World at $565 billion. dollars. And at the top, Apple Innovation worth $608 billion. dollars. So globally, among the top 50 most valuable brands, USA is topping the list with 27 brands, China 11, Germany 5, South Korea 2, Japan 2, UK, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan with 1 each. So there you are, 50 brands, 50 stories, one global economy. Which brand defines your world? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Thank you.